What's up guys, welcome back to episode 14 of the Minecraft series. Shirigame's not here right now, she's just kind of doing her own thing, so I'm just going to record the intro for the video first. Now I got a big surprise for you guys, and when I mean big, you know, you can see that there's a big shadow going on. That's because there is literally a big ass pagoda tower behind me right here, as you can see. So basically, while you guys are gone, me and Shirigamee, we've been kind of setting up ourselves to finish up this project once and for all. You know, we have a little bit more work to do, but we've been doing a lot of stuff, and this is definitely one of those big things. This pagoda tower right here is designed by Shirigamee, so I can't really take credit for building this whole thing. It's not really an original build. The only thing that's kind of original is kind of like the modifications I kind of added, as well as the interior, you know, and I'm going to show you guys some of that in a bit. So the first thing I kind of wanted to show you guys is just some of the minor decorations I've added around the base. You see that I made all these little small canoe boats kind of things going on around the swamp just to add a little bit more ambience to it. I've also kind of cleaned up some of the mangrove roots and added some decorations like the moss carpets and the soul lanterns and stuff on top, just to make everything look nicer and add a little bit of a cleaner shapes. You can see that I've also added like some boats here and there just at the ports to give it a little bit more of a immersion feel to it. I've also added some more swampy gardens right here with the sugarcane and the drip leaves and stuff like that to kind of beautify this side. I had something like that on the other side of the swamp as well. I felt like adding some more over here would kind of balance it out if you look at it from the sky. There's also like the Pandy home or Shirigame's home to show you guys, but I think it's probably better that I wait for her to show up and just have her walk it through with you guys. So the thing with Shirigame's Pagoda Tower video is that he didn't really go in depth into the interior at all, which is kind of like a good thing because that just kind of leaves the interior up to interpretation. You know, you could build it however you want. You could do like a traditional Japanese style, or you could just do like a normal conventional kind of thing, which is what I did really. I had like a nice little garden symmetrical situation going on here with the plants. This pagoda tower is mainly going to be like a storage area for basically all of my items. It's like a master storage building, and so it's going to it stores basically all of my items, as well as a dedicated floor for the Sculk, because this is supposed to be a 1.19 project. When you go up on this first floor, you can see that this entire area is just filled with barrels, and I kind of categorize them with like basically signs to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going to be in these barrels. I didn't use item frames because, you know, I don't have the most powerful PC, so I didn't want to lag it up. Now on the second floor, this is like a bathing area. You know, you got some nice zen bamboo situation going on over here. Little frog lights over here that kind of give a glow. You can hop on in with, you know, with the sandstone slabs right here. You're just relaxing, vibing. The next floor over here, this is kind of like a reading area, just kind of like a library of sorts. You know, you have a jukebox to play some music. Got some nice plant decorations and stuff like that. I got some little bit more lanterns. I kind of change it up for each floor, you know what I'm saying? But generally I'm going for a somewhat symmetrical feel. You can see that it's always kind of symmetrical on both sides. And then this is kind of like the final floor before the top floor. This is the fourth floor. I built some mangrove trees, custom built mangrove trees right here. And then you can see that there's a big Sculk infestation spreadage going on right here. And the reason why that is because up here, this is where I store all my Sculk. You can see, you know, with the catalyst, the vines, the normal Sculk, the shriekers, as well as the sensors. I have them placed over here, and you know, naturally Sculk just loves to spread, right? So I kind of did a little bit of that and have that kind of spread into the floor below with the trees and stuff like that. So the trees are kind of starting to turn into Sculk, you know what I'm saying? And then up top over here at these walls, you know, the Sculk's also spreading upwards. So yeah, this is basically kind of where we're at right now. And then look over here, like, damn, ooh, look at that view, you know what I'm saying? And then when the Sculk ring is finally finished, you know, this entire place is going to be glowing with a little bit of blue. Basically, you know, we've been doing a lot of stuff. I've gathered all the materials that we need, or as much as I can at least. I didn't want to spend too much time. But, you know, we kind of have a little bit of everything that we need to finish the last part of the pagoda tower once and for all. And then after that, you know, we're going to work on the Sculk ring. And then we're just going to celebrate a little bit and probably just head back to the Greek city. All right, now that Shirigame's here, we're going to do a tour of the Pandy home right now. Are you ready to walk us through, Bum?
No.
Huh. All right, so this is the Pandy home we got going on right here. This is just the main entrance. Shirigame's been doing a lot of banners to really kind of liven up the exterior. The interior is looking pretty good. There's a lot of detail inside, a lot of stuff going on. We definitely have some Japanese kind of influences right here. For example, right here, this is a katana on a stand apparently. And then there's a lantern. That's not very Japanese, but we got the tables here with the floor chairs, the floor mats. We got the screens right here. Kitchen's pretty standard, but you can see the banners with the Japanese rice bowls and stuff like that. It really does make the area a lot more Asian. For example, we got a nice little cat here. We got the baub. Oh my god, baub. And then here we have some screen doors, which kind of takes us to the bedroom. So this is like a relatively simple kind of build in terms of the layout. There's really just like a big living room and a bedroom, but you can see that we put a lot of effort into really cleaning up the interiors and making everything look 100 times better than it used to be, if you guys saw it in some of the footage. Here's some of the more neat kind of elements as well. So you can see there's like a couch here to vibe out and listen to some music and stuff like that. And behind the trap doors, there's also bamboo here for some nice little interior plantation designs. You know what I'm saying? So everything's looking pretty good, looking very cozy. You can see that this definitely kind of has a very Shirigamee kind of style, if you guys know what I'm talking about with the cottage home. All right, so moving out here to the front yard, there's a little Pandy right here, and that's why we call it the Pandy home. It's because there's a panda. And then we got some of the Pandy banners and stuff like that. Pretty chill. There's a nice little pet element to it, front yard situation. We got some nice little landscaping at the back. Little cherry blossom tree here that I built right here while Shirigame's working on home. I added like a simple little slab here, which is kind of just like a bench, you know? I mean, it's just a slab, but it's kind of nice to relax under, you know what I'm saying, right now. And then finally going around this side, here's some random plant decorations here. Not really sure what this is. And then moving on over here, we got some tulips, more banners, you know, the classics. And then coming over here, we got some more foliage and stuff like that. Around over here, this is a little patio. Yes, Bob?
Guess what this is?
Oh, I don't know, Bob. What is it, Bob?
Hey, guess.
Is it a bonsai tree, Bob?
Ah, how did you know?
Ah,
How did you know, Bo?
I don't know, Bob. It's pretty obvious. And then over here, we already had this from the last episode. It's just kind of like a nice little patio area to relax and sit down and eat and stuff. That's kind of it. Alright, so now that we're kind of done going through the Pandy home and the rest of the base updates, we're gonna jump in and start working on the Sculk ring. And then we'll do the tower afterwards. Alright, so if you guys are kind of wondering where we got all our Sculk, here's a little bit of an update of what we've been up to in the last video. Basically, in the last video, I was recording like a little short video where me and Shirigamee were just kind of mining up all the Sculk from the ancient city, and you know that's where we got it. You know, we got ourselves a bunch of Sculk. We basically got barrels full of Sculk right here, just absolutely filled with barrels to the max. We also got around 2.5 stacks of diamonds from clearing out the ancient city and basically mining everything underneath. So that's definitely a fat amount of diamonds. Ironically, we have more diamonds than iron right now, so that's pretty huge. All right, so let's just get to it. The first step of building the Sculk ring is pretty straightforward. We're just replacing the blocks with Sculk and put some sensors on top to give it some plant-like variation to the ring. We wanted the Sculk to give a spreading and glowing effect, so we also want to put some Sculk veins around it. Here's a quick time lapse of us finishing the first part of the ring before we work on a bunch of finer details. Now, with the Pagoda tower roof, it's really just a simple matter of following Sheep's tutorial and building it out. We first built the roof as it is in the video, and then get a good look from above to figure out how to retexture it to our base's crimson mangrove theme. I came up with the idea of making these mangrove and dark oak diagonals that look like ribs, which gave the roof a nice contrast. And then finally, I decided to turn the rest of the roof faces into crimson wood to blend it with the existing crimson. I finally added a bit more highlights with some stripped crimson wood, and now the Pagoda tower is complete. Alright guys, we're finally done our building. Holy shit. Finally finished our base. Look at that. Look at this massive tower here, yeah? Look at that. Ooh, stretch into the sky with the beautiful crimson blocks and mangrove. Let's go. And then here we are. We got the Sculk ring right here. It didn't stand out as much as I had hoped, I gotta say. I think the andesite and the diorite actually stood out a lot more. And it's a lot more apparent to see. But the thing that we did here is that we did add a lot of Sculk sensors afterwards, just scattered it all over the ring here. And that really kind of fixed everything and made it stand out a little bit more from the sky. Originally, it was just way too dark to see whether it was daytime or nighttime. We've been working on this survival base at the Mangrove Swamp for several months now over the summer, and I'm kind of glad that, you know, we kind of finished it just in time as summer's coming to an end, you know what I'm saying? So we can finally get back to our Greek city and start on some new projects, you know? Alright guys, This has been a fun ride. Episode 14. We're finally done working on the survival swamp base. Next episode, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be working on some Greek projects, you know, back at it again. We're gonna be traveling back, and that's gonna be it, you know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next ep. Peace out.
So.
Peace out.
Peace out.